Next up, we have my new brother, Alan. Welcome.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I'm Alan. I'm sure we've met. I'm Riya's favorite sibling. I'm Riya's only sibling. Well, we can attribute a lot of things for today's wedding. Fate, destiny, love, online dating apps. But you know what? Some of you might be surprised to hear my sister was engaged, but I wasn't surprised. Why? Because I saw this coming. Back in 2019, I sent my sister this birthday message. I hope you're having a great day. Soon you'll be moving out, having your own life, thankfully. You'll match with a South Indian doctor online. You guys will have a massive Bollywood wedding. I can't wait. But that's not for like another 2 to 3 years. Well, that was in 2019, and I admit I'm a bit off with that timeline, but hey, we're Abrahams. Being late is standard practice. Now, me and my sister have had a fair share of fights over the years, but despite all the bickering, we've had each other's backs. Sometimes. Growing up in England, we're often the first Indian students in any school we attended. My sister would tell off the people who would bully me, and I wouldn't tell mom and dad how many lunches she's been hiding under the bed. It was a lot of lunches, guys. It was a whole ecosystem underneath there. Okay, I admit, I told mom and dad everything. For the longest time, it was just the two of us, until we were lucky enough to have been joined by our cousins, some of who are not here today, but some who are. One fight, however, was pretty legendary. I think you'll know what it is. The iPhone incident of 2016. Guys, it's pretty good. Now, we were both in India, and my sister wasn't very thrilled that I had posted an Instagram photo that was suspiciously similar to hers. Well, naturally, she demanded I take it down, but I refused, obviously. Well, after a lot of back and forth, my sister, in a fit of rage, she grabbed my phone, held it up very high, and smashed it onto the floor. With such force that the screen shattered and the phone basically fell apart. My first reaction, pure shock. Why? Because I had no idea my sister was that strong. Well, the real fun came when we both realized what would happen when our parents found out. The fight immediately stopped, and our focus shifted to covering our tracks. We came up with this brilliant plan. I would tell everyone my phone was stolen. It worked so well that my parents and my family still to this day don't know that my phone was not stolen. Surprise, mom and dad, my phone was not stolen in Tamil Nadu. They even went as far as to contact the cops to see if they can find it and find my iPhone. We were very scared we'll get caught. Well, I didn't walk away with much from that experience. I did gain, however, a story to tell at your wedding, so thank you. But even with all the drama, I couldn't be happier to see you've met someone so special. Joe, you seem like an amazing guy, and I really admire your bravery for taking on my sister. It's not an easy task. You've yet to see the full extent of her craziness, but don't worry, that will come with time. Riya has always been a trailblazer in our family. Being the oldest, she carried the weight of everyone's expectations, and through her tenacity, she has lived up to them all. She's intelligent, fierce, driven, and loyal, and all the good things you've heard about her today are as equally as true as that story I just told now. And we've all greatly benefited from the path you've paved for us today. I've always wanted an older brother, and now I'm so happy that I have 3. You guys might not know this, but the Abraham family is very female dominant. I have 22 cousins. All of the male cousins are younger than me, and there's only a handful of them. I'm truly happy for you both and the future you will build together. In the past few years, we've all gone through so many changes, but one thing has always remained constant. We'll always be family. And now, Joe, you're a part of ours too. Now, everyone, here's to a lifetime of happiness, love, and of course, a few more Bollywood dances along the way. To the happy couple, everyone.
Another round of applause for my new favorite brother. Okay, next up we have Lauren.
Hello, everybody. Everybody's been so good. I'm a little bit nervous. Okay. Thank you. So, hello. For those who don't know me, I'm Lauren, friend and proudly past roommate of the beautiful bride. Firstly, I'm absolutely honoured to be speaking today, and getting the opportunity to contribute a small piece to such a beautiful day is something that I'll hold with me forever. So thank you, Riya and Joe. Now, past roommate of Riya is a particular title that I hold quite proudly, and to be honest, whenever I get the chance, I proudly announce it to anybody who asks. So, Riya and I lived together in the cutest little unit in Brighton, Adelaide, in 2018, when our uni degrees finished up and Riya needed to take her studies a far distance from her family home. The decision to live with Riya was an absolute no-brainer, as we got along so well during uni, and the numerous assignments, presentations, and exam prep really gave us the perhaps initially misguided confidence that we could survive it together. It's been a bit of a running joke that I kept Riya alive when we lived together. And whilst I don't really believe that to be true, I can say that I learnt a few lessons that year that truly I would take with me if I ever do become a mother. With this unique perspective, I decided to put together a little list of 10 points that I learned over the year on how best to cohabit with Riya. Now, Joe, ready? I'm so sure that you have all of these points covered already, but just in case, and if in doubt, I can send you a copy. So, living with Riya, as I'm sure you can all imagine, is an absolute delight, so long as you keep the following in mind. So 1, a bit of a reoccurring theme, do not assume that Riya will remember to eat. Joe, I hear that you're a bit of a whiz in the kitchen, and that's the best news that I could have heard, because if you're waiting for Riya to remember food, that could be dangerous for both of you. 1, you could get very hungry, and 2, you don't want to mess with a hangry Riya. 2, always have ample tea mugs available. Expect that many will go missing, especially when work gets busy, so have a full cupboard of these at all times if possible. That's a good one. 3, if it's cold, assume Riya will be freezing, and if it's hot, assume she'll get heat stroke. Temperature regulation is not a strength. And a good portable fan heater never goes astray. 4, some rooms in the house will temporarily become chaos. This is okay, because one of Riya's cleaning frenzies will kick in, and the chaos will be gone just as quickly as it arrived. 5, tackle any and all bugs yourself. Riya will be there for moral support, but the removal process does need to be done by anyone but her, purely for efficiency's sake. 6, be prepared for snack fixations. They will be intense and they will change. Whatever snack Riya is into, stock up, but also don't get too comfortable because they're generally only temporary. Except for digestives, you can always rely on digestives. 6, always have plenty of notepads and pens at easy access. And if you're lucky, you'll get a daily doodle, a message, or just a handy to-do list. I can confirm that these notes help me through some very long days, so this is an important one. 8, trust Riya's decoration process. I once witnessed her rearrange 3 objects on our coffee table for a solid 20 minutes before deciding the perfect angle of each item. And I can say confidently that our little unit was so much better because I had very minimal contribution. 9. Silence presence is sometimes all that's needed. I have sat in silence during many of Ria's last-minute assignment rushes, and it is not worth interrupting these moments, but your presence will be greatly appreciated. Last but not least, 10. There's a very high chance after a long day, Ria will not make it to her bed. Passing out on the couch was a somewhat regular occurrence, and sometimes physically carrying her was the only way that she'd make it there. Again, Joe, I'm sure that there's nothing new to you in that list, and I'm certain that you of all people know that the payoff is very worth the occasional chaos. Riya. Oh no. Whilst it was only a year of living together, there's memories in that little unit that will be with me for the rest of my life. And I'm so grateful for the time. You were there when I was learning what real life was like, and you were there when the reality of how tiring life can be without a parent to set in. From figuring out oven settings to power bills, cockroach traps, and so much laundry, it was all made worth it with living room dance sessions, Netflix binges, and so much shared laughter. I know that you will build such a beautiful home and life with Joe, and I'm so honoured that I was able to be your first test run. Whilst the joke was that I kept you alive that year, the honest truth is that having you as a roommate and a friend was and is a constant reminder about what living is all about. You care for so many, and you cherish every big or small relationship you have. You live your life to the fullest, even if some days it takes absolutely everything out of you and you need to be carried to bed. I hope that all the attention of today wasn't too painful, and it isn't undoing all of my hard work of keeping you alive. But I love you, and congratulations to the both.
Thank you, Lauren, and well done. Next up, Jordan and Evan. Let's welcome them on.
Okay.
Hello. Okay, it works. We're so happy to be here for Joe and Riya on this momentous, special day. We are honoured to be here today to celebrate their union of love and commitment. We are looking forward to seeing them spend the rest of their days navigating the adventures of life together.
Joe, or Joe Mo, has been such a special and important friend to me over the years. We first met in Broome, the far north of West Australia. My first memory of Joe is of him inviting us downstairs to help remove a small brown snake that was slithering around his and Andy's student accommodation downstairs. And I also fondly remember assessing crocodile, shark and jellyfish risk factors whilst peering over some coastal cliffs we were considering jumping off. Since then, he's been a trusted friend, housemate and fellow hiker. We've shared many dinners amongst our friendship circle, promoting fierce discussion about the complexity of all things, from the silly things like what is the perfect novel toilet design, to the more serious, such as debriefing about a hard day at work. Sometimes the conversations over the years have been about looking for the one, the partner Joe has been searching for, to share the rest of his life with. So it was a very exciting day when Evan and I received the phone call from Joe that to let us know that he'd met the woman that he wanted to marry. Then, in true hiker form, we had the pleasure of meeting Riya from the peaks of the highest mountain in Queensland. The reason is that it was quite cute. when you've been sort of hiking for 5 hours uphill in tropical, humid, far north Queensland weather at 45 degrees, he was really thinking about Riya, who was the most, I suppose, he was love and his beautiful girlfriend at the time and now his wife.
Seb asked us yesterday how much roasting Joe would receive, but there isn't too much to roast about, unfortunately. Though we should point out that he'll never be good at twerking, and he recently challenged a 65-year-old to a push-up competition and was destroyed. And yes, there are a few witnesses in this audience. And due to his 0% body fat, he does have a six-pack, but Riya will never be able to take him on a winter holiday. In fact, it's often a liability. Chloe and I fondly recall wading up the river to Greencliff Falls before turning around and noting Jomo needed an urgent huddle cuddle with emergency blankets. But that's pretty much all we have on Joe, because all said, he's an all-round good guy. From shooting hoops to shooting the breeze to crafting Big Macs and biryani with ease.
A poet, a friend, a challenge in sight, no mountain that he ain't ready to fight.
Inspiring, persevering, handsome and true. Honest and smart with a heart that shines through.
What could be more special in the journey of life than the chance to marry the love of your life?
And Joe, you are wise asking Riya to be your wife.
To Joe we say you should never hike alone. Riya's love will guide you well into the unknown.
For love is the main ingredient you need for the best of life's journeys to succeed.
For love is the key to a journey that's bright, to the best of adventures and dreams taking flight.
To the couple we cherish, Riya and Joe, may your love continue to flourish and grow. Let's all raise our glasses to the happy couple.
To Riya and Joe.
मुंडा थोड़ा ऑफ बीट है पर कुड़ियां दे नाल बहुत स्वीट है मुंडा थोड़ा ऑफ बीट है पर कुड़ियां दे नाल बहुत स्वीट है ढोंगी सा ये बड़ा ढीठ है वायरल हो गया ये ट्वीट
पर फूल वूल करने में कूल तू बड़ी तेज कटारी है शगन तेरी की लगन तेरी की हमने कर दी तैयारी है
नचदे ने सारे
नचदे ने सारे नचदे ने सारे डोल के आज हमें डोल के ले सारे बाके सारे सारे नचदे ने सारे डोल के आज हमें डोल के ले सारे बाके सारे सारे नचदे ने सारे नचदे ने सारे कसमानो खाने जग सारा निखर गया हुण प्यार हवा दे विच बिखर गया जग सारा निखर गया हुण प्यार हवा दे विच बिखर गया दिल तर हो जाए अपना छुई जाए मां उड़ाड़ दे खुशी कर गया हुण मौजा ही मौजा शाम होए हुण मौजा ही मौजा याद ने हुण मौजा ही मौजा रात बने हुण मौजा ही मौजा मौजा ही मौजा शाम होए हुण मौजा ही मौजा याद ने हुण मौजा ही मौजा रात बने हुण मौजा ही मौजा ठीक है ठीक सब कुछ ठीक है पास है सब कुछ अब नजदीक है रब के हजूर में कसम दिखानी दुनिया की होनी बोनी रस्म निभानी
फिर भी न माने कोई तो बात है माने जो माने तो
wait a minute, get it how you live it. 10 toes in when we standing on business. I'm a big stepper, underground methods. Top-notch hoes, get the most, not the lesser. Straight terror, product of your errors. Pushing culture, baby, got that product you can measure. Trendsetter, the one who get the weather. Swerving while I'm bumping Project Petter. Yeah, swerving, moving to the money like it's urgent. Hands on God, so I'm in it like a surgeon. The skin color like the bourbon. Worldwide sign and we face closed curtains. I hear you, nothing ever certain. Only thing that's promised is that promises are broken. Yeah, so we finding ways to cope there. Only thing I'm breaking is her back with emotions. Yeah, baby girl bring out the goodies. Stuffing it inside the hoodie. Now we turning out to boogie. Yeah, it's cool, I used to fight the bullies. Now I'm fighting with the law. I guess some things don't leave it fully.
Money on my mind, we gon' run it up.
Now, we've all heard some great speeches today, but I think I'm not standing on a leg to say the next two are probably the best. It's time to invite the mothers onto the stage for their speeches. Everyone give a warm round of applause. Now to start off, it's the one and only Daisy John, my mom. Come on, get up. Everyone give a round of applause.
Good evening, everyone. I firstly want to thank you all for joining us today as we celebrate the union of Riya and Josu. Joby and I are deeply touched to see so many friends, family and loved ones gathered from across Australia and around the world on this special day. As parents, we are filled with great happiness to watch our eldest child take this important step in her life. Riya often jokes, Joby and I had a very easy job parenting because she always did the right thing. And on this occasion, I will agree with you, Riya. As a toddler, Riya was well-behaved, vibrant, and endearing, but importantly, she was a chatterbox, constantly providing entertainment for anyone who met her, always flashing her big, wide smile. As Riya grew up, it was very clear she was a bright, thoughtful, and curious child. She made friends very easily and always made sure to include everyone. She loved learning and loved school, but student-teacher meetings were always the same conversation. She always had her perfect grades, but she would distract the whole class after getting her work done. She loved painting, loved to read, and loved writing her own stories. But most importantly, what made her the happiest even from a young age was helping others, which is a trait she continues to this day. Riya was also a very protective older sister, not just to her brother, but also her little cousins as well. Riya would always chase away any potential bullies, yelling at kids much older and bigger than her to protect her younger brother. That being said, it didn't stop Riya and Alan fighting like cats and dogs at home, which to this day still happens. Those that know Riya well will know her to be an extremely considerate, warm, and approachable person. She has a great ability to make people feel very comfortable after meeting her for a brief time. She's hardworking, a perfectionist, and is dedicated to whatever she sets her mind to, whether it's getting top marks and scholarships, excelling in her work, or nurturing relationships. She always strives for the best. And anytime Riya has faced a challenge, We don't have to worry for too long because she always finds a solution to overcome it. Riya also someone that centers her life around God and family. She always puts the needs of others above her own and gives selflessly. Josu, I'm confident she will show the same love and dedication she has given us to you as well as you start your new life together. Josu, we are delighted to welcome you into our family as our eldest son. From the moment we met you, it was clear how much love and respect you and Riya share. You embody all qualities Riya has always hoped for, and we are grateful that God has brought you into our lives. Our hearts are so also full knowing that today Riya is joining your wonderful family, and thus our families become one. To Susie, Emil, Sebi, and Bonnie, Becky, and all the children, we are so grateful that you have embraced Riya. We look forward to getting to know you all better and sharing many joyful moments together. Riya, my dear daughter, you have always been a source of pride for us. Your kindness, thoughtfulness, and care have touched everyone around you. I have no doubt that the same love, dedication, and joy you have brought into our lives will now enrich your journey with Joseph. So let's raise our glasses in celebration of this beautiful union. To Riya and Josu, may your life together be filled with love, laughter, and happiness, surrounded by the support and care of your family and friends. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you to the beautiful Daisy. Next up, we have the matriarch of our family, Amma. Susi Mohan, everyone.
Now it sounds like I have to prove that Emil and Sevi got the talent from me. Okay. Good evening and welcome to you all. I stand before you today honored to be the mother of the groom and be part of this joyful occasion. As I look around, I'm struck by the love and happiness that fills this room. It is a reminder of what is truly important in life, and that is the love we have for one another. Also, it is a reminder that despite raising 3 boys, I survived until now to tell the tale. On behalf of the Mohan family, I would like to welcome Riya's family and friends. It is also my pleasure to give a special welcome and thank you to those who traveled a great distance, especially those who traveled from overseas, UK, South Africa, India, US, and Netherlands. We remember all who left us early, especially Appa, our grandparents, Chachan, Amma, and Appachan. They are here in spirit to bless you both on your special day. I also remember George Chetan, my brother-in-law, who sadly left us recently. Chetan was an elder brother to us and a fatherly figure to everyone. We remember him dearly today and pray for his soul. Now, about Josu, I'm here today as a proud mother of these 3 boys. And today is all about Josu. To be honest, out of the all 3, he's my favorite. Sorry, Sebi and Emil. You did have your turn. Growing up, Josu always had a special place in my heart, though he would say he was never spoiled. Let me officially set the record straight. I only babied him until high school. Raising 3 boys on my own in South Africa and Australia was like raising 3 wild lion cubs. I had my hands full with constant tears, injuries, bruised egos, and let's not forget the hangover breakfast. Josu always has been my baby boy, but he became very independent at a young age. When we first moved to Australia, I worked as a GP in a rural town on the ground floor of an old bank. We lived on the top of floor of this building for 2 years, and being contained in 4 walls, my 3 boys would constantly cause trouble. There were constant bangs and noise from them fighting and getting up to mischief. They would constantly call me at work asking, "Amma, where is my shirt? Amma, say we finished all the chocolate." I got so annoyed that I told them never to call me for silly small reasons. Then one day, as I finished work and walked upstairs, the house was very quiet. Josu was sitting on the top of the stairs with the blood dripping down his face, holding a tea towel on his head. I was shocked to hear that he had hit his head on the corner of a table and had a bad scalp injury. It was so deep that I had to take him downstairs and stitch the skin back together myself with a local anesthetic. When I asked him, "Why didn't you call me?" he said, "You said you only call for emergencies." Riya, I'm sure you have learned that about his first girlfriend. No, not yet? His first girlfriend is exercise. His love for exercise, marathon running shows discipline and perseverance. This will help him to build a strong and loving and lasting marriage. His love for outdoors has taken him to incredible heights. He has done many trails and hikes around the world. He has stood at Mount Kilimanjaro in Tanzania and Mount Kosciuszko, the highest peak in Australia. Josu loves outdoors. After coming from school, Josu would quickly dump the bag and school clothes, preferring to spend his days playing outdoors, collecting sticks, climbing trees, and playing with insects. I still remember, I don't know whether Dr. Joe Salapat remember this. He used to pay him for collecting insects, 5 cents or something per insect. I don't know. Yeah. As he got older, his passion for spending time in nature has grown, and he can capture the beauty of those moments through his poems and creative stories. Riya, if Josu ever misbehaves, just send him outside in a tent. Trust me, he will be perfectly happy sleeping under the stars. In fact, he might even write you a poem about it. Despite the challenges we faced after Appa passed away when he was just 4 years old, Josu has grown into an extraordinary man. He is incredibly intelligent, both in the academic and his drive. Whether it is training for a marathon or dedicating himself to his studies, he never backed down from a challenge. His determination, perseverance are inspiring to everyone around him. I have watched him set his goals high and work tirelessly until he achieves them. And that same dedication will no doubt make him a loving and committed partner. And now his acceptance into neurology training as the culmination of all those many years of hard work, dedication, and sacrifice that he has put in. It is like I blinked and my baby boy became a brain doctor. Riya. Riya, you're such a wonderful addition to our multicultural melting pot of a family. And from where I am standing, you are the perfect puzzle piece to complete our family. I couldn't have arranged a better match for Josu, even if I tried. You are kind, intelligent, and beautiful. Everything a mother could cough for a daughter-in-law. Wilbur, Lenny, Ren, Evie, and Lily already adore their kunyanti. And I know you will bring even more love and joy into our family. What I learned from other speeches is we are a family where any table on the food is consumed within few minutes. But I heard from Riya, it is a pressure to give her some food. So that you have to get used to our way of eating, I think. Yeah. A big thank you to Daisy and Joby and Brother Alan for raising such a wonderful daughter. You have done such an incredible job, and I feel truly privileged to welcome Riya into our family. There is a quote from Mother Teresa came across in the past, and then I think I am going to read that for you, Riya. It is about the women. It says, if your eyes are positive, you will love the world. But if your tongue is positive, the world will love you. A woman's love is in action. She looks with her heart and feels with her eyes. A woman is a bank where her family deposits all anger, worries, and hurt. A woman is a cement that keeps her family together, and her love lasts a lifetime. So Riya, be ready to be that cement. My advice to you both is simple but powerful. Always nurture your partnership. Remember to celebrate small moments, those quiet times of togetherness, and the joy of simply being with one another. Just as Joseph finds peace and beauty in nature, I encourage you both to find those moments of peace and beauty within your marriage. Communicate with love, be each other's greatest supporters, and never lose sight of the laughter and joy that brought you together. Riya and Joseph have worked so hard in this beautiful wedding celebration, and I am sure everyone agrees. So ladies and gentlemen, please raise your glasses with me now. To Riya and Joseph, may you live every day as if it were your last, supporting each other and bettering each other. Thank you.
Thank you, Amma.
Amazing. I have nothing else to say but amazing. Give another round of applause, everyone. Well, we have some time, everyone. Now, I'd like to announce that the desserts have already been given out, and if you guys already had some, you're welcome. Now, it's the next speech, and it might be the most important speech. It's a speech from the couple. Everyone, please give a warm round of applause as we welcome above Riya and Joseph.
Okay. Hello, everyone. There's a study I came across recently which found that when you're at the height of whatever emotion you're feeling, you cry. So at extreme sadness or happiness or joy or grief, The summit of that feeling leads to tears. I'm saying all of this now because this is probably the most amount of concentrated happy tears I've shed in my life. Joe and I stand before you all as a married couple, incredibly happy and overwhelmed with the amount of love and support contained between these four walls. And to those of our dearest family and loved ones who couldn't join us today, we are also keeping you close to our hearts as well.
Without further ado, I'd like to tell you the story of how Riya and I met. Riya and I first spoke mid-July last year on a video call. At that time, Riya was living in Canberra and I in Cairns. I was immediately floored by her silliness, her intimidating intelligence, her 1080p HD beauty, and her undeniable love for her family. We spoke avidly for 5 weeks before we finally met in person, and to both our great relief, I was the only one with facial hair. Since that moment, we have been leapfrogging from milestone to milestone, taking the shortest possible route from hello to I love you to finally I do. The second time we met, Riya met my mother. The third time we met, we both flew to Adelaide and I met her parents. And by the fourth meeting, I proposed. Now, I think there's been some incredible speeches tonight, and so I'm going to do something very off-key. I'm going to go off the book. I'm a very regimented, strict person. I'm just going to go on the fly here based on what I've heard. And I think just the speeches I've heard today have kind of taught me something about myself and taught me something about Riya, actually. I think Lauren's speech specifically, Lauren, I need to spend time with you because I don't know why I'm talking to her. I just need to talk to you and I'll understand her so much better than I ever will in the last year. So that's amazing. I kind of actually wanted to talk about, and I don't know if I should talk about this, but I think I want to talk about our worst fights. It's a bit of a taboo topic, but I think it's kind of taught me something about myself and Riya. So the second time we met Riya, or when I met Riya, I flew to Canberra, and it was not a long trip. I was there for a very short period of time, but I got so frustrated with her, so frustrated because I spoke for weeks and weeks and weeks, and her priority was collating and collecting the exact gift for every single one of our family members. We went to DFO, we spent hours shopping, and she was just so particular about making sure that every single person of my family was looked after. I, in my emotional desperation, wanted attention from you, and I could not see past that in that you are just being who you are, your selfless self, thinking of others. Our second fight, probably the biggest one in our family, I absolutely love to cook. That's my love language. Apart from climbing a mountain by myself for 8 hours, I love to cook. And to be able to cook for someone and them not eat the food that I cook, it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. But what I'm hearing from people is that accepting who you are, you will get the best out of them. And it's not my role to change who you are. It's my job to accept you and love you. And to be honest, I look to my brothers and I see the incredible relationship they have, the families that they've built, and they bring the best out in their partners and themselves and their kids by accepting them for who they are. And I think I can grow to be a better man and a better husband by doing that for you. You mentioned one thing to me. You mentioned how, and Alan, she will never say this. Where is he? There he is. Where's Alan? Alan Abraham, yeah. She'll never say this to you in person, but she adores and respects you so much, so much. And it has to come through me, and we're going to get in a fight because of me saying this right now. But she said this one thing to me. She said, Alan once said that she needs to find someone who will put her first, because she always puts other people before herself. So Riya, since you always put others before yourself, I hope I can be the man that puts you above all else, just like Mama and Dada do. So. I can't wait to begin a life of adventure hiking outdoors with you, cooking for you, and writing you poetry, because those are the truest parts of who I am.
And
Not over.
there's still more. And this is why I've married him. And unlike Joe, I can't go off the cuff, so we're sticking to the script. All right, let's keep going, guys. My first impression of Joe from our initial video call was that he was the most unassuming person. He had a tea towel over his shoulder and he was cooking, hardly giving me much attention as he clinically diced some onions. I was a bit confused. Was he even interested? What I'd failed to realize in that moment is the ease in which we were both able to sink into each other's presence without much pretense. The nerves fell away quickly and all my walls were down. I'd basically shared my deepest vulnerabilities with a man I had only just begun to know, but I could not have felt more safe in doing so. To those that are privileged enough to know Joe, you are aware of his warmth, his wit, his incredible cooking skills, and his love for the outdoors. He keeps threatening me with multi-day hikes constantly. And sadly, I must admit, I may have to succumb soon. But as his fiancée and now his wife, I've had the privilege of knowing the depth of his heart, the weight of his emotions, and the sincerity at which he tries at everything he does. He is the epitome of the man my parents have prayed for.
Riya and I came to understand this when we first started planning for our wedding, aka 6 weeks into our relationship. Today is not just about us, but about the union of two families and bringing our loved ones together. We would therefore like to highlight some important people in our life. First and foremost, I wanted to thank my mother, Amma. Amma, you are the strongest person I know. I could and really actually wanted to spend hours talking about you, but I'll just cap it by saying the headline to your life reads, bravery and self-sacrifice. When Appa, our father, passed away when I was 5, Amma decided not to return to India, but instead emigrate from South Africa to Australia and raise my 2 older brothers and I all on her own. When she finally got some time back to herself, she actually she taught herself how to swim and ride a bike at age 50. And she did it without actually telling any of us, which was kind of a surprise. I remember when I graduated from medical school, it was a really happy moment in our family's life. We all flew to Perth and we went out to a cafe. And it's so funny thinking back to that moment because I remember seeing Amma, and while she was really, really happy, she was also a bit melancholic. She was a bit sad. She was sad because at that time she kind of felt like she was drifting or being pulled out of the family. And the true fact is that we're actually just electrons spinning around the nucleus that is you. You are the center of this family, and everyone is magnetized towards you. You are the sun, you are the center, and you bring people in with your love, and you've brought in Riya with your love, and you're going to bring in Mama and Dada and the Abraham family with your love, and this family is going to grow and swell with love. And I can't be more happy and proud of you for that. Next, I'd like to thank my brothers, Emil and Sebi. I feel like I kind of wish I had more and more siblings because with every single wedding and every single event, the speeches get better and better and better. I think they could be hired out and you guys could just get them speak at your wedding. You give them some facts about you and they'll just destroy it. They're doing an incredible job. I I grew up with these two in South Africa, and I don't know if you, Emma, remember, Sebi remembers, but we used to play this game called Follow the Leader. We used to play in these tunnel gutters and through all these different terrains, and this game effectively was that Emma would be at the front, Sebi would be close behind him, and I would be at the back, looking up and ahead. Emil with Sebi. Sebi, I don't think I've ever stopped playing that game. I've always looked to you both in so many different ways in every chapter in life, and the current chapter is how to be a husband and a father. And the job you both are doing are incredible. I love your kids. Riya loves your kids. They're incredible children. And you guys are incredible role models for us both. And we're so, so proud of you both. I'm so proud of you both. I think... his name gets dropped a lot today, as it should. Appa would be very proud of you both as well. Yeah, our dad. He died 28 years ago, but I don't think he ever left us, I see him in your eyes, Emil. I see him in Seb's giant hands that goes with his adequately, proportionally sized head. And I just wanted to share this one thing. I don't know what elements of my dad I have in me, but I went to India. It looks incredible. Can I just say, this wedding looks incredible, but it was a lot of work. 99% of it done by Riya. So much work. So much work. The 1% I did was mainly shepherded by my family. So I thank you to everyone here who's helped me with that. But I went to India and we did a lot of shopping on that trip for this wedding. And it was stressful and terrible, exhausting and tiring. I got really sick and skinny and all that stuff. But the best thing that happened for that trip was on that last day. Initially, I had this idea. I have my dad's wedding ring. Amma kept it this whole time. And that wedding ring I thought to melt down and make into my own wedding ring. And we looked around at every single shop and they just couldn't do it. It can't be done. I thought in India you could get everything done. It couldn't be done. And we were sitting in I think I might have been sitting at a dinner with Sebastian Uncle, Bino and Sebastian Uncle sitting here. And I just asked Sebastian Uncle, because he knows everything, this man. He knows everything. I asked him, Sebastian Uncle, I'm trying to get this ring melted down. Do you know if there's a possible way to do that? He said, yeah, no, my cousin, he owns a jewelry store. He can get it done, no problem. So just like that, this very abstract idea became a reality, and I'm not wearing it now because my finger got a bit fat, but this is my brother's ring, which is also my dad's ring. But I got Appa's ring melted down into my wedding ring, so I'm gonna hold him close to my heart for the rest of my life, and he's gonna teach me how to be a good husband, just like my brothers have done. I also just want to thank my amazing big sisters, Bonnie and Becky. You guys have accepted Riya with arms open wide, and we both can't wait to repay that same love to your kids as Auntie and Uncle when we move back to Brisbane. Thank you. I want to thank my new in-laws, Mama and Dada. It's already happened. Those names have already become second nature, just like you've gotten used to my broken Malayalam. Enike bhayangara sandosham onda to be a part of your family. Since our very first conversation, you both have embraced me with such open arms and truly made me feel like your son. I'm also so proud to call you my brother, Alan, and look forward to our relationship blossoming over the years to come, probably predominantly by ripping into this girl, which I'm looking forward to.
Mama and Dada, you are the cornerstones of my life. Since I can remember, Dada, you have always told me to climb as high as possible in life. And I knew I could climb without fear because you were always waiting at the bottom to catch me. You have indulged every whim I've ever had, whether it was rallying between football to athletics to painting to buying me a library of books and often all of office works before school even started. You are the most reliable man I know. You have a solution for every worry, and you always show up. Mama, your love is the cement that keeps this family upright, and you know me better than I know myself. From a young age, you have constantly put aside your needs in the service of your family and us. Collectively, you two are the most generous and selfless people I know. I hope and dream that one day I live up to being half the person you both are. Alan, you are my little brother, but you are not so little anymore. Being your older sister was equal parts torture and equal parts acceptable. As kids, I was in constant competition with a round ball who would eat all the snacks, who always got me in trouble because of his low pain threshold and would get away with everything. But as we grew up, you decided to completely copy my personality and become somewhat cool. You were the first person I'd run to if I had a problem, and you've been a pillar of support my whole life. All jokes aside, Alan, even though I don't get to see you all that much anymore, since you've decided to put your 3 degrees to good use, I'm grateful, truly grateful to have you by my side today. To my maid of honor and baby sister Ash, my beautiful bridesmaids, Azara, Naomi, Vinaya, Anjali, and Sharon, each of you entered my life at a different point and have carved out precious real estate in my heart. From telling you I'm marrying a man I've barely known, i.e. 2 seconds, to our trip to Bali, where the holiday finally left the group chat. Woo! and for going above and beyond with throwing me the most beautiful bridal shower. You guys have held me upright, and most importantly today, you got me to the altar without fainting. Let's go. Thank you for standing with me, not just on my wedding day, but through everything that has led up to this. I love you all. Susie Auntie, who I now have the privilege of calling Amma. I've known you nearly as long as I've known Joe. Thank you for opening your heart to me and welcoming me into your family. Your selflessness and sacrifice is incomparable, and the fruits of your labor are most evident in your children. Speaking of your children, to my new older siblings, Emil Chetai, Sebi Chetai, Bonnie and Becky, I'm not used to being the youngest, but it has been the easiest transition to be your younger sister. You have poured your love and support towards me and us in so many ways. Wilbur, Lenny, Evie, Ren, and Lily, you are my cherry on top. Thank you for giving me the privilege of being Auntie Riya, Kunyanti, and Riri. I love you all so dearly.
To my groomspeople and YNHA, you know who you are. You're amazing, and you know how I feel about you all. To Multi-C, to Jim Bras, my friends from medical school, and my Cairns hospital colleagues, you've all shepherded me through different phases of my life and seen me grow from a skinny little Indian boy now to a married skinny little Indian boy. Thank you. Riya, thanks. Riya and I both want to give a special thanks to all our family that have flown from overseas and interstate to share this special moment with us, especially Riya's last remaining grandparents. Hello, Amaji. Woo! Yes. I truly, truly wish we could call each of you out by name, but unfortunately, I think we all need to wrap it. I need to wrap it up, actually. We are so blessed to receive your love. Thank you all.
To our treasured aunties, uncles, cousins, പ്രത്യേകിച്ച് ജോസുവിൻ്റെ അമ്മച്ചി, who could not join us today. നിങ്ങളുടെ സ്നേഹവും പ്രാർത്ഥനയും ഞങ്ങളുടെ കൂടെ എപ്പോഴും ഉണ്ട്. അധികം താമസമില്ലാതെ ഞങ്ങൾ രണ്ടുപേരും ഉറപ്പായിട്ടും എല്ലാവരെയും കാണാൻ വരുന്നതായിരിക്കും. And lastly, we wanted to thank the vendors, the main events team, Anthony, our photographer, the Grand Frames videography team, all the amazing hair and makeup artists that got us to look like this, Cloudland, and last but not least, DJ Zach. Thank you for making this day very, very special for us.
Now, if I had my way, this entire speech would just be poetry. But I thought I'd sneak in actually now two poems to close off the speech, if you guys will humor me. I wrote these this is actually really ironic. I wrote these poems literally for Riya, like early on, like weeks into our relationship, and it sort of manifested what's come to fruition, similar to what you said about 2019 Riya meeting. So we think alike, Alan, you and I. So this poem is called Back to Him. It's like God has taken his crayons and left a bright, loud smudge on this world. Just like your smile, our chance encounter colors the page. I see it here and now in my mind, bright. It lights up my life. So what choice do I have but to bring you flowers yet again and again and again, happily ever after, forever again. Riya, I do. Forever I do. Until there are no flowers left to pick, no miles left to fly, no air left to breathe. Until we leave this world, hand in hand, smiling, back to him. Can I say one more? Okay.
It's your wedding.
This last one, it's called Unfinished. This is it. The first and only poem I leave unfinished. To do so leaves me free, free to search far and wide, to spend my life chasing the letters, words, and similes, oh, so sweet, that helps me make sense of this, that conveys how I feel about you. Words are not enough. I love you is not enough. That came and went by our fourth conversation. I'm going to marry you by our fifth. No number carries the weight of my love. No bouquet carries the scent. I love you, Riya. I know it, you know it, and soon the world will know it too. With every step I take, with every step you take too, towards the altar, towards a life with me, as your man, your husband, the father of your children, the supporter of your mama and dada, and brother to Alan, I do. To all of it, I do. Thank you. Good? I did good? So good. Okay. Thanks, guys.
Oh my gosh, give it up again for Riya Joe!
Woo! Yeah, not bad, not bad. Give it up another round of applause, everyone. All right, guys, we've got to bring the energy up again. It's time for another dance. We'll just wait for everyone to get ready. So sit tight, relax, and get ready to get your pants blown right off.
I feel like the bridal party have, Ria's side has set the benchmark, so good luck, bridal party.
इतने नसीब से देखा है करीब से नूर दिया हुआ बारिशां हो सज के जो आए तू अखियों के सामने नजरा लगे ना मेरिया ओ मेरे माये जिन्ना सोना ना कोई होया ना कोई होना जे मैं पित्तल दे ओ सोना बाखुदा ओ मेरे माये जिन्ना सोना ना कोई होया ना कोई होना जे मैं पित्तल दे ओ सोना बाखुदा
ये भी न जाने वो भी न जाने नैनों के रंग नैना जाने मिला जो संग तेरा उड़ा पतंग मेरा हवा में होके मलंग जग की कोई रीत न जाने मैं तो बस तेरी हुई दीवानी मिला जो संग तेरा उड़ा पतंग मेरा हवा में होके मलंग मैं छोड़ा ही घर बार मेरा ओ मखना वे मखना तू ही है संसार मेरा ओ मखना वे मखना ये पागल सा है प्यार मेरा ओ मखना वे मखना मैं छोड़ा ही घर बार मेरा ओ मखना
तेरी गुड़माई के दिन आ गए
दीदार तेरा मिलने के बाद ही छूटे मेरी अंगड़ाई तू ही बता दे क्यों जालिमा में कहलाई क्यों इस तरह से दुनिया जहां में करता है मेरी रसवाई तेरा कसूर और जालिमा में कहलाई दीदार तेरा मिलने के बाद ही छूटे मेरी अंगड़ाई तू ही बता दे क्यों जालिमा में कहलाई
పొలం గట్టు దుమ్ములోన పోట్ల గిట్ట దూకినట్టు పొలేరమ్మ జాతరలో పోతరాజు ఊగినట్టు కిర్రు చెప్పులేసుకొని కర్ర సాము చేసినట్టు మర్రి సొట్టు నీడలోన కుర్ర గుంపు కూడినట్టు ఎర్ర జొన్న రొట్టెలోన మిరప దొక్కు కలిపినట్టు నా పాట చూడు నా పాట చూడు నా పాట చూడు నాటు 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 తీల నాటు 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 కూర నాటు 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 పచ్చి మిరపలాగా పిచ్చ నాటు 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 పిచ్చు కత్తిలాగా వెర్రి నాటు
ओम जिमाम जिमाम बिंग बिंग बो तन सस्ते से तार चिपक गई छाती से ओम जिमाम जिमाम बिंग बिंग बो तन सस्ते से तन तार है ढीली कौन कसे 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 कौन कसे
ट्रेन की बत्तियां बुझा के बस ट्रिप लैंड दो लूप में ट्यून बजा के थोड़ा हिट होने दो
നാടിൻ നന്മകനെ പൊന്മകനെ മുത്തായവനെ നിന്നും സൂര്യനും ചന്ദ്രനും ഒന്നായവനെ കാലം കാത്ത് വച്ച രക്ഷകനെ സംഹാരകനെ ഞങ്ങൾ കണ്ണനായി വന്നവനെ ഭയമേ മാറിപ്പോ നീ അണ്ണൻ വന്ന நாள் தும்பிட்டு நில்ல இருட்டு சிட்டி வாழும் ராஜாவுக்கு எல்லாரும் சொல்ல இவனை தொழுவானா என்னும் ஜனத்திறக்க காலம் எடுத்து வச்சால் சொர்க்கம் போலும் மன்னப்பட இல்லும் மினாக்கி இல்லும் மினாக்கி அண்ணன் தனி நாடன் போல வல்லும் மினாக்கி இல்லும் மினாக்கி இல்லும் மினாக்கி அண்ணன் தனி நாடன் போல வல்லும் மினாக்கி
Slow it down.
कि तेरे संग यारा अख लड़ने लगी अख लड़ लड़ के आगे बढ़ने लगी एक तेरे संग यारा अख लड़ने लगी अख लड़ लड़ के आगे बढ़ने लगी ओ तेरे दिल के इशारे ये तो पढ़ने लगी लड़ लड़ के आगे बढ़ने लगी ओ मुंडा जिद पे अड़ा ओ तेरे पीछे पड़ा ओ मुंडा जिद पे अड़ा तेरे पीछे पड़ा मेरे नाल कर ले जरा दिल देना दिल लेना दिल देना दिल लेना है सौदा है सौदा है सौदा करा करा है सौदा करा करा है सौदा Girl, you're my chamak chalo. The dance goes open, guys. Stop everything going. I'm gonna follow. What you want, girl? Just let me know. You can be my chamak chalo. Shawty, I'm gonna get ya. You know I'm gonna get ya. You know I'll even let you be my chamak chalo. Kaisa sharmana, aaja nachte dikhare. Aameri hole, aaja pari da jirare. Aameri akhiyon se akhiyan milare. Apna nakhre dikha. Wanna be my chamak chalo. 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 तू मेरी चमक चलो तेरी पिक्चर का मैं हीरो ये भी तुम्हें दिल मुझको दे दो ये कभी मैं चमक चलो Shawty, I'm gonna get ya. You know I'm gonna get ya. Maybe I'll even let you be my chamak chamak chalo. Kaisa sharmana, aaja nachte dikhare. Aameri hole, aaja pari da jirare. Aameri akhiyon se akhiyan milare. Apna nakhre dikha. Wanna be my chamak chalo. 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 देखो देखो है शाम बड़ी दीवानी, धीरे धीरे बन जाए न कोई कहानी। देखो देखो है शाम बड़ी दीवानी, धीरे धीरे बन जाए न कोई कहानी। दिल पर है दिलकश है दिलदार नजारे हैं, आज ज़मीं पर उतरे कितने सितारे हैं। अकलो होश नमी दानम हम है दिल है और जानम, बस दीवानगी 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 है। ना कोई रहसा ना रहबर ये इल्जाम लगे किस पर, बस दीवानगी